Strap in, folks. It's time for the Car JoeMeZ
Hello, everyone, and
podcast.
welcome to episode 400 of the Car JoeMeZ podcast. I'm Mez, and my co-host, as always, is
the magistrate of Caravan City. I am Captain Joe Shoes from the Car JoeMeZ podcast.
Yeah, buddy. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Gomez, they've ruined it.
What the fuck? What happened? What's going on? What? These day people,
Ruined
what are
it.
they doing?
Gomez, I was put on this earth for two things. Number one, meet the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, which I accomplished all the way back in 2011.
Been done that.
The other, be awarded a giant novelty check.
Oh no, Joe, you didn't get this check. Oh,
I was doing so good in the battle royal at ACW Wisconsin this past weekend, Gomez, until this villainous Pixel Dan hit me with his book and sent me flying over the top rope and crashing to the floor, thus ending my quest to be awarded a giant novelty check for an incredible feat of athletic prowess, which is bullshit.
I never trusted that Pixel Dan. I never trusted him.
This place is a prison on planet bullshit.
I was so excited to see this check because I never seen a big check up. You were gonna show it to me in the screen. I was so excited.
I almost bought an extra seat on the flight home to be able to bring my check because I don't want to just put it in
Smart
the overhead
thinking.
compartment.
No. Smart thinking.
What if I fall asleep on the plane? Anyone could take that novelty check.
Unbelievable. You a smart man.
I'm the inspector of intelligence for a reason, Gomez.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I thought Pixel Dan was your friend. What happened?
He's no friend of anybody.
Clearly not.
How do you sneak in what basically is a giant textbook into a battle royal? You know how many pages are in that thing, Gomez?
Unbelievable. 400.
Like 400.
That's a lot.
He hit me with all of the pages.
Holy shit. Wow. That's a lot of pages, bro. This is unacceptable. How is that allowed?
That's what I said. How are foreign objects allowed in this battle royal? The referee, I don't know what he was watching. Why do we even have referees? People like Mark Bitters. Garbage.
Unbelievable. Wisconsin sucks, bro. What's going on here?
So, Gomez, I stand before you, a man who still has to chase the one thing left on his bucket list.
Goddamn, pal. Well, we got to find out another way to get you one of these checks because they don't come across very often.
How many opportunities do I get to win giant novelty checks?
This is, oh man, I feel so bad. I was so what a downer to start this episode, bro.
Thankfully, Pixel Dan got his comeuppance immediately after when he had barely just knocked me over with the book when my double man Colt Cabana came up from behind him and tossed him out.
Yeah. See, now Colt Cabana is a nice boy we could trust.
It's a nice Jewish boy that the neighbors all trust and they allow that kind in town.
Whoa.
The nice kind. It's the kind you don't mind your daughter dating, I'll tell you that.
This is taking a turn.
Thank you guys for listening to the Car JoeMeZ podcast. Remember to hit that subscribe button wherever it is that you're listening to this. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Check us out at youtube.com/@CarJoeMeZpod to see these episodes in full and for free every Thursday. And of course, follow us on all social media at Car JoeMeZ. And Gomez, aside from being discarded so unpleasantly at ACW Wisconsin, what a wonderful weekend.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I flew into Milwaukee the day before, met up with our friends. You didn't come because one thing you hate is being around friends.
Yeah, I think Hornswoggle, he must hate his mother He hates his wife. Who booked Swaggle Fest on Mother's Day weekend? What are we doing, bro? Come on.
Didn't seem to be a problem for any of the like 1,500 people in attendance.
Clearly, they all hate their mothers. Clearly.
Well, it's easy for me because I don't even have one.
I don't want to say it, but obviously it's easy for you to go to this show now. Now you don't have to feel guilt, nothing, chilling.
So this was my first Mother's Day without a mother. And, feelings aside, I had my moments, whatever. But I was going to put up a Mother's Day post, like everyone else. And I was thinking about it. I go, it'd be funny if I just put like a bunch of ashes blowing in the wind, like on social media.
Oh, goodness.
That's the kind of thing where my mother would be like, "Oh, Joseph, you're such a fucking asshole." And she'd giggle because she knows me. Yes. And because I would think it's very funny.
It's very funny, of course.
It
could be wrong and funny. It's very funny.
I'm pretty good at being funny. I like to think I'm funny. And that makes me laugh.
It's good to laugh.
At the end of the day, I didn't post anything. Said fuck everyone and their living mothers.
Well, I'm happy to hear you had a good time. So what you boys do? What you guys do up in Milwaukee there?
Oh, went to the Miller Brewery, took the tour, got a bunch of samples.
They working on anything special, or they just give you regular beer? Like they got like.
Well, when you walk in, they're like, "Oh, thanks for coming in. We just tapped a new keg of Miller Lite. It's the most delicious Miller Lite you ever tasted in your life because it's right there. It's so fresh." At one point, they gave us another sample. Another point in the tour, they're like, "Oh, here's a sample of Miller High Life," and I'm like, "This is the most delicious Miller High Life I've ever had in my life." Another part in the tour, they gave us a sample of something called Hams. I'd never had it before, but it was very tasty as well.
Okay.
Then at the end, they go, "Oh, now you can sit at this little picnic area and you get 2 beers, your choice." And they had like Leinenkugel and Miller and Blue Moon. And so a bunch of choices. And they go, "And we got some pretzels out there, so help yourself." So I was like, "Hey, give me some pretzels and beers, whatever." That night, we went to the Milwaukee Brewers game against the Cardinals. I was planning on filming a video going around and eating all the good stuff at what's now called American Family Field. Is no longer Miller Park, which seemed to be a nice fit.
Yeah, it does.
But after having all that beer and those pretzels, I was kind of full.
Hysterical. Oh, my goodness. Did you eat anything at the game?
Nothing. I had a drink. I had a soda.
Oh my goodness. Is there anything like super crazy that you missed out on?
It doesn't seem like there's anything super crazy like there is at some of the other stadiums. I remember years ago they had one of their big things was a bratwurst that was stuffed with a hot dog.
Okay. And
I didn't really see that going through the food. We did a whole lap around the stadium, got some real good pictures. This baseball stadium is actually really good for like photo ops. They put like a lot of stuff out there. Like there's the giant glove you and your friends can sit in. Then there's the bobblehead box you could go in.
That's cool. Okay.
They have statues of the racing sausages. Who doesn't want a picture with the chorizo?
Of course, that's great.
And then for people like you who do have children, there is a bunch of activities for kids who can't sit still and watch a baseball game.
Yeah.
So you could do the thing where they get timed running to first base. And then that's
really cool.
There's a big slide they could go down like Bernie Brewer. Then there's like a batting cage and they can see how hard you hit it. Like there's a bunch of stuff for them to do. So it's a really cool stadium. Obviously, we got to watch the sausage race. In this, was it the 6th inning or something? So now I've been to the stadium probably a handful of times at this point. So I like it. I would say it's probably in the top half of the stadiums in the league. I've been to, I think, 22 stadiums total now.
Love it.
Probably in the top half just because there's a lot of options they give you, the Brewers.
That's great. That's what you want.
Yeah. But as far as food, I think the most kind of quote unquote crazy thing that I saw on their menu this year was a hot dog that comes with a chicken finger kind of stuffed in between. And, I would have eaten it, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But it's not like that milkshake thing that I see the White Sox have or some of the other crazy chicken sandwiches in some places. So we left about pretty much after the sausage race and headed back, which we had an hour and a half drive to head to Oshkosh, Wisconsin for the big weekend. Once we got into the hotel, I went to check in. The guy at the desk says, "Do you mind if I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure." And he says, "Are you the one they call Tugboat?"
What?
I said, "Sir,
Yes.
I am not the one they call
Oh,
Tugboat."
damn. I was like, yep, that's me.
Checked into the hotel. I went right to bed. All the other guys went out, had some drinks. I was.
What are you doing? I can't believe you went to bed. What happened, bro?
It was almost midnight already. I'd been
Oh,
up since 4:30 to get on a flight.
damn. All right. You had a busy day. I hear you. All right.
Yeah, and I got to wake up and go to work tomorrow.
Yes, you did. You had a busy day.
The next day, wake up, we got some breakfast in us. Then I went to get ready for the show. The other guys went out. There was a wine tour, I guess, in town. So the guys were mad I didn't know about it and I didn't tell them because
How dare you?
it looked like the kind of thing they would enjoy. I get to the show and I go outside at one point to smoke a cigarette, and I'm talking to a couple of the other people on the show who are smokers. We're all out there together. I'm making friends, with the ACW roster. And this older gentleman and his son are walking down the block because they're going around to head into the show. And the guy sees me, the father, who's probably in his 50s or so. And he goes, "Man, it's so good to see you. I remember you from back in the day." And I'm like, okay, that kind of checks out because I've been wrestling a long time.
Sure.
And he looks at his son. He goes, "Man, get a picture of me and Tugboat."
What is going on?
Folks, I present these blurbs to you not out of hyperbole. These are two separate instances that actually happen of people thinking I'm Tugboat.
I fucking love it.
So that was my weekend. Great fun time at ACW. It was very nice to be there. I thank them for having me. I had a great time. It really was a fun show. And then afterwards we went over to the bar for the after party. Beers in Wisconsin are like dirt cheap.
Nice.
So I think I drank all night and spent like $11.
God bless, bro. That's great. Beautiful.
Yeah, but really fun time. Can't wait to take another crack at the giant novelty check next year.
Oh, okay. Next year you have a goal.
I assume I'll be back. I'm going to begin training.
There you go.
So I figure
you want it, you got to get it, baby.
What do I got to do? Not necessarily be better or more athletic, loose. I don't have to do. I just have to make myself heavier. That way it's harder to get me over the top rope. So whether that means putting lead in my shoes or maybe hitting people with books of my own.
I was going to say maybe every day hit yourself with a book. And
that fucking book hurt.
Well, you start small.
Either way, JoeMeZ, that's the goal for next year. Don't get thrown out of the battle royal.
You got it. I can't wait. Hopefully next year I can attend. Swoggle. We love our mothers. Come on. Pick a different week.
Once again, for me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got it, bro. Come on.
So with that being said, JoeMeZ, let's hit the breaking news music.
Oh, baby. Breaking news. All right, baby. What's been going on? You had a busy week. Are you still breaking news? Crazy.
JoeMeZ, with all the hype around those KFC saucy nuggets, it was just a matter of time before someone else tried the same thing.
Oh, I'm excited. Who's going to be the one? Who is it?
And JoeMeZ, how about our friends at Wendy's
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Testing only in Ohio.
Fucking Ohio. Suck my dick. God damn.
4 different flavors
Okay,
of
let's see these
saucy
flavors.
nuggets.
All right,
Honey
it's obviously
barbecue.
like a buffalo, right? It's gotta be buffalo.
Buffalo is one.
All right, honey barbecue, buffalo.
Honey barbecue.
Some Asian-y. Is there like an Asian-y thing?
Yeah, not really.
Okay, interesting. All right, so what is it? Okay.
Ghost pepper
All right, some more spicy. Okay.
and garlic parmesan.
Okay, sure. They went more spicy instead of the Asian-y thing. Okay.
Apparently, it tested well in Ohio, and it is very possible we could see a national rollout on these 4 flavors of saucy nuggets soon. And by soon, I mean by like the end of the year.
Who determines where they try these out? Because I got this ghost pepper nugget. Ohio is the place for this, bro.
I know.
Like, what?
What are we doing? Maybe we should ask our friends at Chick-fil-A, JoeMeZ,
Ooh, been a while.
who
Okay.
are offering up some sweet potato fries to select locations in Georgia.
In Georgia. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I get it. Especially if they're waffle fries, like how their fries are.
Yes.
That works. Yeah, that
It doesn't work because sweet potato fries are bullshit.
Listen, I'm not a sweet potato guy, but
No, they're horrible.
Like them,
sweet potatoes are fake potatoes masquerading as potatoes.
I know, but you can't call them out. You know, you gotta. That's what they.
No, because we gotta be accepting of all potatoes in today's culture.
That's right. That's what they identify as, and we have to respect that, Joseph.
I refuse. One thing that is available, JoeMeZ, now available right this second.
Okay,
Burger
where am I
King.
going? Ooh, what?
Celebrating its 70th birthday
Okay.
with birthday pie slices. So you know that they've had the Hershey Sunday pies in the past, the Oreo cheesecakes. They have birthday pie slices right now. It's a cookie crust with birthday cake pie filling, cake piece sprinkles, and whipped topping.
Oh, babe, I'm looking right now. Let's see. Does my thing have this? Because I'm about to get this right now because I love. So my app doesn't have it yet. So let's hope. Let's hope by the end of the week. Let's see.
That should have been available as of Monday. So,
shit. All right, maybe I got to go there live and check it out.
Maybe. Oh, that's it for food. But on to entertainment, JoeMeZ. FUBAR season 2 is a go. That's the
really?
Schwarzenegger Netflix show.
Netflix. Yeah.
And Carrie-Ann Moss is set to join the cast this year.
Oh, that's good. Interesting.
We have no release date yet, obviously, but she is going to play a former East German spy with a passionate history with Arnold Schwarzenegger's character.
Are you saying they started filming? They're getting ready to film now?
They just announced that she's cast, so I don't believe they've even begun to film.
So, all right, so we probably won't get this till maybe next
year. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That was fun. I'll be into more of it. Definitely.
And finally, JoeMeZ, rest in peace to Roger Corman, who died at the age of 98.
Yeah. Look at you. Look, yes, Roger Corman, the godfather of the B movies.
Known as the king of the bees, JoeMeZ. He was into big business.
He is basically all the movies you hate. That's him. Like you would hate every single one of his fucking movies because
like
that's
that
not
Fantastic Four documentary we watched.
Yes, exactly. But like he's like a sharktopus, half shark, half octopus thing. Like
Attack of the Crab Monsters.
Yeah, it's shit like that. Shit that you're gonna be like, what the fuck am I watching right now? But I love it. I love that shit. Big stupid CGI sci-fi movies. Oh, I love those sci-fi movies. The best.
And he helped launch the careers of filmmakers like Francis Ford Coppola and Ron Howard and James Cameron and Martin Scorsese by hiring them as directors for his movies that he was producing. So they all got their start directing for Roger Corman and eventually went on and did real movies.
But that's how it is. I mean, nowadays it's a little different. But back then, everybody had like this one, like, whoa, that they made this fucking whacked out movie, and then they went on to this. Now you just kind of you fall into shit nowadays. You make one movie and you're doing a Marvel afterwards.
All you got to do is a good YouTube video, and now you can do whatever you like. Like me over at youtube.com/JoeShoes. The options are endless because I have a track record. I'm basically as accomplished as the guy who made Blair Witch Project.
I mean, honestly, you have just about the same amount of hours, right? When you add up everything, you put in that work. You got.
I probably have a lot more. I probably have a lot more hours than him at this point.
At this point, yes, definitely. He's done like 2 or 3 things, so definitely you're way up there.
I've done like 180 food reviews.
Add that up, and you've done like 10 movies, bro.
Just my coffee creamers alone probably dwarfs his resume.
You got all hits, bro.
I got over 30 coffee creamer reviews, Gomez.
Isn't that crazy? There's a lot of coffee creamer out there. A lot of options. Oh my goodness. You had a busy weekend. I didn't. My busy weekend was I watched a lot of movies this week, bro.
Oh, I thought your busy weekend was going to be looking at your friend's Instagram and shedding a tear from afar.
I didn't even look at none of your pictures. I just scroll. Oh, Joe's story came up.
I'll tell you what. Somebody did ask about you because they heard that some of my friends were there. They're like, "Oh, is this? Do Gomez know these guys too? Is he here?" I said, "Gomez does know these guys, but he's not here. He's not allowed out of the house."
Oh, well, I'll thank you, whoever was asking for me.
It was Mr. Stay Puft.
Oh, Mr. Stay Puft, good man. Yeah,
he was there. Slowpoke was there.
Whoa, all the passengers.
We had
love it.
Another time where a fan dressed as Captain Joe Shoes.
I did see that picture. I love to see that shit. I fucking love it. The best.
Over in Oshkosh, as they say.
Oh, then you're definitely coming back. You got to win that check. The pop would be huge.
You know, it's one of those things. It's once you get over in Oshkosh, you can go anywhere in the world. Main event in any town.
So I watched a lot of things. I'm gonna talk about 2 things in particular. One is a new release, came out about a month ago. It's now hitting the VOD. It's called Abigail. Have you heard of this movie, Joe?
Yes, it's about a spider.
It's not about a spider.
It's not.
It's about a ballerina vampire kind of little girl thing. It's a little girl.
Then I must be thinking of something different.
Yes, totally different. Yeah, it's about these guys, not guys, this group of people, guys and girls. They kidnapped this little ballerina, and they don't know why. It's just like, hey, come here, do this, blah, blah, blah.
They don't know why they kidnapped her. It was just like, hey, let's go out kidnapping tonight.
Like someone's giving them a job, like you got to do this.
Oh,
you got to get this person. So they don't really know what's going on.
I just thought it was like, I'm out with my guys and I'm like bored. And I'm like, hey, how do you feel about kidnapping?
Like they don't even know it's a little girl until like they get there. They just know they got to get someone here. And then they get there and they're like, whoa, it's a little girl. So that causes some drama. Then they bring the little girl back. And
they put her in like a burlap sack. That's how I imagine most of my kidnappings.
She was tied up in something. She was tied up and they wrapped her up. Yeah, and then they put her in the thing. And then some people start dying. Oh no, what's happening?
Spiders, bro.
So I mean, like in the movie, you don't know that the little girl's a vampire. If you watch the fucking trailer and everything, like it's all over the place. Like she's killing them. But at first you're like, oh, who's killing them? Then you find out she's a vampire. And it's fun. I thought the movie was better than I thought and worse than I thought at the same time. Like it took a real while to get going because I was like, all right.
How long is the movie?
That's one of the good things. It's like an hour 40. Like it's boom, in and out. But still, it takes a while to get going to that vampire portion. Like it's the heist and then the people. You're going like probably 35 minutes before someone drops dead from a vampire. So it was like a little slow in that sense. And then it amps up. And it's not as silly. The commercial makes it look like it's silly. It's a little more, I don't want to say gruesome, but it's very gory and bloody more than I thought. So like there was things I liked, things I didn't like. I would fall in the middle, maybe 2.5, maybe 3 on a good day. It's okay. I think more people would like it. They may be into it a little more than me, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling it like that.
Oh, I'm
It
sorry.
didn't make no money. Made no money. I think it was out a week and then hit VOD. It's one of those. Like it didn't do so good. Horror is like up and down this year. There's been some good, but there's been a couple that are under delivered.
Mhm.
You know, and this is one of them. They expected a little more. Lisa Frankenstein under delivered. There's a lot of undelivering this year.
I did watch Lisa Frankenstein. What were really the expectations?
So the thing is, like,
I guess because
it's
of
like-
the tone, they're expecting like, oh, it's this goofy quasi comedy hybrid that it should attract a wider range of people.
it's written by Diablo Cody, Juno. So I think you get some like, oh, it's exciting because like she did Jennifer's Body that people really like. It's become like a thing.
People like
And-
that. They hated that movie.
Yeah, it's a thing now, bro. People love Jennifer's Body.
Guys,
Yeah.
I hate to break this to everyone watching. Sometimes things are just bad. Like we
No.
don't need to retcon everything, like Jennifer's Body or Phantom Menace or Jeff Jarrett. We don't got to go back years after the fact and start saying, "What are you laughing at? What's so funny?"
Poor Jeff Jarrett catches strays. But I
Why?
get it. I know exactly what you mean.
You
People
go
love
back
Jeff
to-
Jarrett now.
All of a sudden, we all love Jeff Jarrett. What?
Like, no,
Where-
we hated
where
that
will-
motherfucker.
What did we do wrong for the past 25 years when we hated Jeff Jarrett? Now we didn't have it right. It's like Seinfeld. Oh, we just didn't get it back then. Now all of us watch 10 years from now. You know what I love? Unfrosted.
Boston was the shit, bro. I liked it from day one.
We ain't playing these games here. No, sometimes things are just bad. It's okay to be bad. Not everything can be good. If everything was good, how would you know it was even good? Sometimes things need to be bad so you can know when things are good. Jennifer's Body. I haven't even seen it, but I heard enough people back in 2002. This sounds like a fucking swoggle argument. I haven't even seen it.
It's exactly that. I've been hearing.
But this was the Transformers girl, right?
Yes, Megan
Yes,
Fox.
but that was what 2008. Say Jennifer's Body.
2008. Yes, I believe it was 2008.
Okay, because she was huge in Transformers. It was a big deal. Megan Fox was going to do another movie. It wasn't good then. No one wanted to see this movie then. Guess what? 16 years later, we don't need to pretend it's good.
People love it. I'm telling you. You put that on Twitter, and people are like, what? Jennifer? They'll come at you, bro.
Go ahead.
Uh,
I'm a strong-willed individual, and I can deal with your bullshit harassment.
So people were expecting good. Also, original. Everyone talks about sequels, this sequel. So when original things come out, we're supposed to be excited, and then no one goes to the movie as always. You know how that is.
I get that part of it. Like, because we do. We sit here and we bitch. We want something different. We want something new. And then
And no
when
one
someone
ever
tries
goes.
to give us something different and something new, we
Never.
go, oh, but not that kind.
Oh, that's too much. That's too much. It's like, what the fuck? So it's definitely that kind of thing. You see something original, you get excited. Ooh, and it's like, oh, it's okay. It's just okay. That's all right.
Well, I can't even wait for Eddie Bowman or someone to come in this week and be like, I love Jennifer's Body. It was 6 of the movies that I saw in 2008.
The big new release this week in movie theaters, Joe, was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I haven't been to the movies in a couple weeks now, and there's a couple things that I do want to get out there and see. I have not seen any of the last trilogy of Planet of the Apes. Now, is this continuing off that, or is this starting fresh?
Yes, this is like 100 years later, 200 years later, several years, 100 years later, something like that. I did not get to see this yet. I plan on seeing, I think, tomorrow. But to get ready for it, I watched that prequel trilogy all weekend. And let me tell you something, Joe. I said it from before when I first watched it. Now I haven't seen them since then. So it's been a couple years. And I got to say, this is definitely in my top 5 trilogies. Okay. This might be a top 3. These 3 movies, bro, are stupendous. The story that goes from the rise of the Planet of the Apes to Dawn to War is just Like, this is filmmaking, bro. The loose ends, everything wrapped up to where it's done, but you know the story is not done because there's still more. So it's like to tie everything. Oh my goodness, it's great. I would love for you to watch these movies. Dawn and War, they're on HBO Max. All of them, I believe, are on Hulu, but I know Rise, for some reason, you know, this one's on this one, this one's on this one. But the first one's on Hulu. It's only 94 minutes. I've totally forgot because the second and third, they get into the 2-hour range.
I was gonna say, it feels like the type of movie that would be over 2 hours.
100%. Because I remember one of the things I didn't like about the third one, War of the Planet of the Apes, is it's like 2.5 hours long. I still feel it could have been trimmed down, but you're invested in the story. You know, it's the third movie, and so like you're invested. So like it's long, but like you need to be there. Like it's
pays
important.
Off. Unlike
it pays off. Unlike The Watchmen. So like going into the first one, I'm like, oh, this is gonna probably be 2 hours. No, it's 90 minutes and it flies by. It starts with like the humans, and then by the halfway of the movie, it's like, nah, fuck them humans. This movie's about the apes. Ooh. And the CGI still holds up. The story holds up.
Good, because I see enough movies with humans.
Yes, bro. That's what the crazy. These movies were $100 million budget movies. The apes talk in sign language. Not all the apes talk. A couple of them talk, but for a lot of the movie, they're just signing, saying, "Hey, go over here." Like, that's insane. That this was a big budget action movie for the summertime. Apes just fucking signing to each other. Amazing. Like, this makes it one of the best right there. I would love for you to watch it, please, one day.
It's one of those things that I
think you would love it.
When I decide like, oh, I should go watch something.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about it. It's been on my list of things I want to try. I've never seen any, even the original of Planet of the Apes movies. My dad actually is a big Planet of the Apes fan.
Yeah.
And I remember being a kid and, you know, like, oh, like, what did you like when you were a kid or what, you know, whatever. And he'd be like, oh, you know, one day when I was a kid, I sat in the movies all day and I watched all 5 Planet of the Apes movies in a marathon, sat in the theater all day. So when Planet of the Apes came out on DVD, they released a box set of the original movies. I want to say this is maybe like 2001-ish. And sense. My brother and I like chipped in. We bought him this box set for Christmas thinking like, oh, this motherfucker's going to love this shit.
Yeah, he's going to pop.
And my dad had no nostalgia like for anything. So when he opens his gift, he holds it in his hand and he goes, I've already seen these. What do you want me to do with this?
I've seen it, bro. That's fucking good.
So after that, I swore vengeance on Planet of the Apes for ruining Christmas.
I think you would love these movies because I know you like movies that are story driven and like they give you all this. You would like this 100%.
Have you ever seen the original movies then?
I have. I've seen them back in the day. I did like that. I did a marathon. They're good. Some are better than others. Some of them are like weird. Like they're like weird movies, and then the last 10 minutes are like some of the craziest shit you ever saw, like gangster shit. Like, let's blow up the world. Like after having like silly hijinks for an hour and a half, and then it's like we're gonna gun down this baby in cold blood. That's something that happens in one of these movies, like for real. So I like them. I've never loved them. You know, I just went to the movies because I go to the movies and see them. So when I saw that, I was like, yo, this fucking Planet of the Apes shit is good. Like this.
Well,
like,
I remember what year did this first of that newer trilogy come out?
I believe 11.
Okay. I remember when, wasn't there like another attempt to do Planet of the Apes before that? Maybe in the early 2000s?
2001, Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. But Mark Wahlberg was the lead. It's the worst Planet of the Apes movie, like by far. Like they all pretty good. This one is atrocious. It's like, here's the worst Planet of the Apes. Here's that remake. Like it's a big gap. It's fucking dreadful.
So that's the one I want to see.
I've been meaning to rewatch it because that's something I've never revisited, and I was probably gonna rewatch it this week since I watched the other ones. I said, now let's watch a bad ape movie. Let's do that.
Not just any ape movie, but the bad one.
So I'm fired up for this new one. It's supposedly good. And the guy, there was an interview with someone in charge of the apes over there and Fox and shit. And they said the plan was a 9-movie series when they first kind of pitched this idea to bring back the apes.
Counting
Pretty
the
ambitious.
3 that already happened.
Counting the 3. So this is number
Okay.
4. So there's supposedly 5 more movies. I don't know. That's pretty ambitious, but
Well, hey, it worked for George Lucas. He had those movies written for years, remember?
it did. So I guess, right? Like, if they take some time, because that's the thing too. The last Planet of the Apes was 2018, so it's many years
It's a long
since
time,
we've
man.
had a thing. So maybe that's a good thing, though. Like, oh, we take a break and then we come back. So I mean, we're gonna finish this in fucking 2040. Like 2042 is gonna be the last ape movie. That's a long way from here. I'm excited. I love apes. Passengers, do you love the apes movies? Because I'm telling you, this is a trilogy that I think stands up against any. I'm not gonna take it over Lord of the Rings or something, but it's up there, bro. It can compete. It's
So
not
that was going to be
an
my
ass
next
whipping.
question. Like, where that would be? You said it's in your top handful of trilogies. What else do you put up there? Lord of the Rings, Toy
Definitely
Story.
Lord. The toys, but that's the thing is, do we count stuff like that when they keep making other ones? Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? Because that's those first
Well,
3
I mean,
Toy Stories.
now do you
Great.
count the apes if they're going to keep making ape movies?
That's the thing too. Maybe in that sense, like this we can do that for the apes because that's like the Caesar trilogy, and then this will be, another focal point. Like those 3 stories were just about one ape specifically.
Well, I think you
So-
can count Toy Story then as like kind of Andy's trilogy.
Okay, that's true then, right? Because number 4 is it's that, not even that little girl. It's about the fucking Bo Peep and shit and
Yeah.
Woody and the carnival, whatever the fuck it is. And I don't even know what number 5 is about. Did they say even what that story is about?
If they have, I haven't caught it.
I think it comes out next year. I think that's like
Not excited.
rapidly.
Will I go see it? Sure. Am I excited
Of
for
course.
it? No. Yeah.
I did like Toy Story 4. I thought it was good. It's just not on the level of the other ones.
It's
But I
fine
thought it was a good
enough.
movie.
Like, I didn't walk out of there thinking it was trash like some people.
Yeah.
There are people who hate Toy Story 4, but I'm not one of them. But it's the level and where we left off with Toy Story 3, I was like, this is just a perfect like
ending.
you said with the apes. Like, it felt like everything is wrapped up,
Yes.
all the loose ends are tied up. We had like a thrilling conclusion.
Yes.
For a moment where all those toys are in the incinerator, I've got tears coming out.
Balling, bro. It's just crazy.
My goodness. Pulling
Oh
at
my
the
God.
heartstrings.
Hold my head. Oh my God. Oof. What a movie. What a picture. Oh, something like Back to the Future. I think
crazy
it's a good
to
trilogy.
think that Toy Story, it's not a good trilogy.
You don't like 3?
2, here's the thing. Back to the Future 1 is an all-timer.
Sure.
That's a unicorn movie. Like, even watching it now, I still think it's great. 2 is, I guess, fine enough, but it's not like neither one of them even come close to the standard that the first one set. Whereas for me, for Toy Story,
yes, it gets better.
Each one gets better. Like Toy Story 2 to me is better than Toy Story 1. I love that Woody backstory that they go into with the roundup. Toy Story 3 just hit me from all angles. So that's where I stand. Like, can I watch all 3 Back to the Future movies? Yes, I can. They're very watchable movies. But do I think it's like an all-time great trilogy? I guess, like, how many real fucking trilogies are there?
That's the thing too. It depends. Passengers, hit us on the socials. Let us know your favorite trilogy. I'm interested to hear, because now you see people might say Matrix, but now there's a 4th one. Do you count?
But even that, like, under no circumstance can that be in a conversation. I
wouldn't, but I know there are people who will ride or die with all 3 Matrix movies.
And they're wrong, and that's fine. Like,
you could be wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
No, it's not fine. I said it's fine. It's not fine. There comes a point. Was it Matrix Revelations, Revolutions, Rise Against? Who the fuck knows? Whatever these fucking Matrix 2, Matrix 3. They're shitty fucking movies. End of story. They suck. They're fucking horrible. So just because everybody gets to have an opinion doesn't mean it's good. Like, not everyone should get to have an opinion if you think Matrix 2 and 3 are good movies.
Naked Gun trilogy.
That's better than the Matrix trilogy, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, it is. I love 3. 3 is funny. I've always loved 3. It's not as good as the first 2, but there's some good shit in there. 3 is
the weakest of the 3, but there's
some
still
good
enough
shit in
to be
there.
entertained with. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. So yeah, that's all I watched. A bunch of apes and some Abigail. Did you watch anything, Joe?
I just watched our one movie of the week. That's all I got this week, Gomez. 20 years ago, we had the release of the pop culture phenomenon known as Napoleon Dynamite.
Crazy. You say that, and it's still so crazy to me that this was such a thing. The thing, not just a thing. This was the thing for a minute. Crazy.
Now, this is a movie that I haven't seen up until now, but was very visible, like everywhere. The music video from this movie for that Jamiroquai song, MTV was part of the production, so I guess they had a vested interest in having this guy show up at like the movie awards or the video music awards or whatever else they were doing. It's an independent film, gets bought out by some distribution house after doing well at some kind of festival, made on a budget of $400,000. This movie goes on to gross $44.5 million.
Jesus.
At the domestic box office in 2004. And that's even after you account for $3 million on promotion. So whoever buys this movie spends $3 million on promotion. And then the movie still brings in over $40 million domestically, which places it number 68th on the list for 2004, right behind the Blade Trinity.
Oh, the third Blade movie. Okay.
The one that was supposed to make Triple H a star.
Yes, sir.
And right above The Exorcist, The Beginning.
That's when they did 2 prequels to The Exorcist within months. Dominion and that one. Terrible.
So Exorcist was 69. Of note, just because my eyes happened to catch it on this list, number 72, probably no one will find this interesting but you, Gomez, but a little movie called The Lady Killers.
Whoa, baby. Yes. Forthwith, baby.
We all need waffles. Waffles forthwith.
Have you seen that movie, Joe?
Never seen that movie. I wanted to see that waffles line. If you've ever seen the trailer for this movie, The Lady Killers, it's a Tom Hanks movie. I couldn't tell you what the fuck it's about, but it seems like a very old-timey, southerny, whatever. Like, who the fuck knows? But there's just this one line in the trailer of Tom Hanks and his group of random people sitting at a diner or something. And he goes, waffles. We all need waffles. Waffles forthwith.
We must have waffles. We must all have waffles forthwith.
And 20 years ago, your team of Captain Joe Shoes and Michael Jonathan Gomez watched that trailer in front of every fucking movie that came out in 2004.
Holy shit.
Mean Girls, Euro Trip, everything that came out 20 years ago. The trailer for The Lady Killers was in front of it. And that was just something we repeated over and over. Waffles forthwith. And then no one went to see this movie. So that shows you how big Tom Hanks's drawing power is.
It was a Coen Brothers movie, too. It was yeah, it's not good. I've seen it. He's like, they robbed something. They're robbing, I don't remember, a bank or some shit. And it's a heist movie. And no, not very good.
So yeah, that came in 72nd in 2004.
Bastards.
But we're here to talk about Napoleon Dynamite. This movie runs an hour and 36 minutes, and it is about a listless and alienated teenager who decides to help his new friend win the class presidency in their small town high school while he must deal with his bizarre family life at home.
Bizarre is one word.
I have a big issue with this description.
Sure.
Because I can see it says a listless and alienated teenager. The teenager is not alienated.
No.
The fucking teenager is just fucking weird.
Just a weirdo, yeah.
And listen, that doesn't mean we need to fucking bully the kid, but listen, by today's standards, do we need to bully Napoleon Dynamite? No, but let's stop acting like he's something special because he's fucking weird. Sometimes weird is just weird. Sometimes Jeff Jarrett is just bad.
Oh, he's very weird. No one would ever talk to this kid. Like, he is so awkward and just like, yeah, we get it. Alienated. So funny.
That's 2004. Now, take this 20 years into the future. This is the kind of kid you're afraid of having your kids go to school with.
It's true. Now, the weirdo kid you got to worry about him. Is he going to do something? Yeah.
You know, like the way he acts, the way he composes himself, the way he talks to people. Oh, what are you doing today? Oh, whatever you wanted to. Gosh, like you're fucking something special. You're not. Just because you're weird doesn't make you special. And watching this movie, I cannot. It's maybe because I didn't see it 20 years ago, but I watched this film and I go, how was this a fucking thing? Like, I'm not entertained by these characters. I'm not entertained by this town, this setting, this premise. Nothing about this movie is grabbing me in such a way that I'm like not only whether or not I like the movie is not even the point here. The fact that this became a mainstream pop culture theme for an entire fucking year with people selling merch that say vote for Pedro on it, with like Uncle Rico becoming a thing, with like all these stupid things, the Liger, like no one ever heard of a fucking Liger before. I'm like, listen, guys, I watch wrestling. I've known about Liger for years. I have no idea what there is to latch onto in this movie. I'm all for letting people be themselves and whatever, but sometimes you just let them be. Like, what does this guy do that needs to be celebrated? Like, what about this character is so special that we are celebrating? It's a story that has nothing, no real substance to dig into as far as a character. He's just a fucking weirdo.
100%. I saw this movie in theaters in 2004 because I've always been a movie guy. I've always been on movie message boards and things like that. So I was always hearing about the festivals and this and that. So, of course, this was a big deal in the online movie community. Like, oh, this Napoleon Dynamite is killing it, blah, blah, blah. So it comes out. I lived by the city. I would always just go to the city, see movies. Hey, let's check this out. I remember walking out of the theater going, you know, it's all right. Like, I laughed a couple times, but like, it was a movie that I didn't think I would think about again. Like, it was just, I saw it. All right, it's whatever. Not my cup of tea, but all right. And then it just became a thing. I don't remember how or when, what set it off.
I want to say the music video for the Jamiroquai song.
You think still in 2004, we still rocking videos like that? That's
still to that point, MTV still had a lot of pull.
Okay, I get it then.
And it was, and even then, watching that dance scene, because I'm looking at it like, oh, this is the scene I feel like that makes the movie, right? This is the one that constantly gets shown, repeated. And I'm just watching it. I go, it's not like his dance is even that outrageous, you know. It's so by the end of it, and like you wait, and he runs off the stage, and the crowd started. I'm just like okay, I guess, sure.
It's true. when you say that it had $3 million budget for advertising,
for advertising,
that makes sense because I do remember seeing it a lot. Like, the commercial was always on, the trailer was always in front of things. So I guess it just was in front of your eyeballs to where it became a thing. And at that time too, I mean, 2004. We got Anchorman. We got some banger comedies coming out that year. And for this to get a piece of that
that would have been the same year we got Dodgeball then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 2004 is a banger year.
Starsky and Hutch, was that the same year too, or was that the next year?
Might have been the next year. Euro Trip is this year.
Euro Trip is definitely that year. Mean Girls was that year.
Like, so there's a lot going on right here. And for this to, I guess just comedy was popping off, huh? Like, I guess.
I just think I come from a time, and it's big problem with the way I watch wrestling now, and our heroes, right? Like the people we're watching perform these things. I grew up, my formative years are in the 80s, where everything was larger than life, bigger than anything you could see in your real life.
Yes.
And now, as we get into the 2000s, we're starting to see just the dawn of regular people. And maybe it's just that I do not want to go to the movies and watch quote unquote regular people. That's not what I go to the movies for. At least I'm not saying everyone's got to look like a gassed up freak, like a Schwarzenegger movie. Like that's not what I'm saying. But I don't want to see a story about some guy where like there's nothing special about him. It's not like like Footloose. There's like this guy's special. He's fighting the system. He's doing, with this guy, he's just going to school and going home.
Yeah. So I get that. Like, if you're gonna have an ordinary character, there needs to be something extraordinary happening around him.
Some circumstance, yes.
Yes. Something has to happen to make him, be a reason to focus on. I agree. There's nothing to this movie. Like you said, I guess, the election is the biggest part of the movie. Like, I guess that's the focal point of the movie.
Really
I guess
isn't, though. Like even because of the way they monetize shirts and stuff, where it became like a merch item for Vote for Pedro, and you would see people have the buttons on their backpacks and whatever and stuff. Even that part of the movie, I'm watching and going, this is it. It's like literally 2 or 3 scenes in a movie where it's not even the Pedro kid really isn't even the focus of the election. It's the girl who's like the popular girl that wants to get it, and then like her boyfriend like pushing Napoleon Dynamite.
So how would you write the IMDb for this then? If it's not the Pedro thing, just an ordinary boy, like how would
I
you
would say a week in the life of a high school loser.
Okay, no,
that would be my description of this movie. A week in the life of a high school loser.
No, that's not a bad description, because then you kind of know what you're getting at there. You're just seeing him. All right. Very good. All right. So are there any?
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's all right. Go, man.
It says, a listless, and he's definitely listless, but he's not alienated. He's not constantly. Yeah, he's like get pushed around a little bit in school, but not even to the
kind
point.
Of people, yeah.
It's not even to the point where they're like constantly like waiting for him after school. And it's like, oh, nerd bashing time. Like it's not like that. It's just the fucking other kids in school are like, you're a fucking nerd. Like just stop being a fucking weirdo.
So I was gonna say, Joe, is there a character you did enjoy in this movie? Because it's a bunch
fucking
of weird
regular
characters.
people, like the cool girl.
So
like the cool girl and her boyfriend
characters.
for being normal people and being like, no, like I don't want to hang out with you. I'm not going on a date with fucking Pedro.
So you didn't enjoy the brother? You didn't enjoy Napoleon's brother?
Even no.
What about Uncle Rico?
Absolutely
no. Come on, it's Uncle Rico.
Like Uncle Rico is basically like, what if I stood outside right now just throwing a football at 40 years old? Like still, I could throw it over that mountain if I wanted to. Bro, like I don't have time for this. I just like I have so much that I want to do before my fucking life is done, and watch Uncle Rico throw a football over a fucking mountain isn't even on the top 1,000 list of things that I want to be able to check off my list.
Oh goodness. So Joe, what was your favorite part of the movie then? I'm very curious if you got any enjoyment
Nothing.
out of
No,
this
like
movie.
literally, no, none. It's and the thing is, the movie's not extreme enough for me to like viscerally hate, but
Sure.
there is absolutely nothing about this movie for me to like. Nothing whatsoever. Like
I agree.
I do not have time for these random weird guy in town day in the life of stories. This is not a movie to me. A movie is something that I cannot see, and I can see weirdos every fucking day.
Every day, bro.
Believe me, if you understood where I work, they're all fucking around. I get it. I do not need to see a fucking movie about it. That's not what the movies are for. The movies are to see things that I cannot see or experience in my everyday life. And this is why people stop going to the movies.
I love it. That's a big stance right there. This is why.
Because you watch this and you go, what the fuck are we doing?
I love it. Joe, I'm gonna hit some music because I want to hear this.
Are you a man? A double main man? Are you a man? A triple main man? A man? A quadruple main man? Are you a man? Are you a man?
All right, Joe. Main man standards. Woo, what are we gonna give Napoleon Dynamite on this one here?
1 star, single main man. Just because I'm feeling generous today because I had a great weekend.
Yeah, I'll probably go like 1.5. 2 would be generous, but I don't really want to give it a 2. I don't think, because I did not watching it this second. Like, I haven't seen this movie in years, and I just was sitting there going, I just shaking my head like, this fucking movie is just like, what is happening here?
And it's one thing if this was just a movie that existed. But the fact that
exactly.
it became such a focus in our pop culture lives for a year or two, now I look back at that and I go, oh my God, probably everything that has ever happened in life sucked. Like, if I want to spend time on everything and going back and thinking about all the songs that were popular, or every single movie that was popular, or every single person that was popular, it probably all sucks. And it's probably because this movie was the awakening. This is the movie that brought us out of that trance. And for that, I can never forgive the people who made this movie, the people who were in this movie, the people who financed this movie. You are all horrible people because you're the ones that removed the wool from over our eyes and got us to recognize that life is fucking horrible. And it's all because of Napoleon Dynamite.
44 million. God damn.
God
damn, pal. Oh, all right. That one that wasn't a good one. So far.
I'm glad you didn't like it either, though.
Yeah, no. It's
sometimes when I have these opinions that like are very strong opinions, I sit here and I go, this can't possibly be just me who hates this fucking movie. Please, someone else hate this fucking movie.
I'll put up a thing on the Facebook. I want to see if people, if they've rewatched it, if they like this movie. I'm very curious to hear what our people think of this one. So I can see it being all over the place. All right, Joe. Let's bring up this wheel here because we ain't going to the movie unless you want to go to the movies this week to see the new Ryan Reynolds joint, Imaginary Friend. Yeah. Looks cute.
You know what? I would watch that.
That seems like something that would be on Netflix, right? Like, that's like,
it does feel like a Netflix movie. Yes, absolutely.
Like, okay. All right, here. So let's get this wheel. Let's see what it lands on this week. Hopefully something good for my man Joe here. I feel bad. 2 weeks. It's not a good start. Here we go, baby. Spinning it. And we got. Yeah. So let me tell you about this one. Why this is on the list here.
What the fuck is this?
So the wheel has landed on 2014's Whiplash. This is on here because this is one of my favorite movies of the past 10 years. I love this movie so much. The performances, everything is top notch. And I had to put it on the list because I had to have my double main man check this one out here.
Didn't I approve this list?
You did approve this list. I showed you.
I definitely did not approve a movie I never heard of.
Yes, because I said, let's even do 10 years so we can see something we talked about. This was on here because this is for you. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited. I think you're going to be a big fan of this one. Stars our double main man, Miles Teller. It stars. We don't like Miles Teller. What happened?
I hate Miles Teller.
Oh, what the fuck? Why do you hate Miles? What did he do?
His fucking face.
All right, but then you might like it because what's happening to him because of his. All right, that's okay. He gets picked.
He's got Adam Driver face. They both look fucking stupid every time. It's a permanent stupid look.
I will not disagree. It also stars our double main man, J.K. Simmons. He won the Best Supporting Actor for this role. It is stupendous, Joe. Oh, come on. Let me see. Where is this playing? I had it up. This movie is streaming on Amazon Prime for all you fine folks that have that. Baby. I'm excited. Joe, come on. I'm telling you, I want to put this on here. I think you're going to like this. It's under 2 hours. It's an hour 46. So I'm not making you watch this crazy long adult picture. In and out. Performances are top notch. I think you're going to like this one, Joe.
Great.
Oh, this has been a fun wheel. I love this wheel. It's a good wheel. All right, Joe, that's next week. Why don't we wrap this one up so we could get the hell out of here?
Mercifully.
It's now time for the big finish. All right, Joe, it's big finish time. Are you ready to spin another wheel, baby?
I can't wait. Let's do it.
Spinning it. Oh, we got a good one today, Joseph. Today's big finish. What's your top 3 new kids on the block songs, baby? Here we go.
I mean, it's hard to limit it to just 3. They have so many bangers.
They got hits after hits after hits, baby.
Number 1 for me is going to be off their comeback album in 2008 called The Block, which is called Full Service. And the reason for that is because it was my entrance theme as the villainous Maximus Sex Power for many, many years. In fact, I was told that someone who has an into New Kids on the Block took a video of my entrance at a show and showed it to Donnie Wahlberg quite a while ago, and he thought it was cool. So
that is great.
Full
Awesome.
Service by New Kids on the Block, number 1.
Oh, number 1, I'm gonna go with Cover Girl. That's my shit. I attempted to sing and play this at my wedding.
Attempted is the correct word.
So I had this idea to learn guitar. I can play a little guitar, right? So I'm like, I got a few things. I found someone on Craigslist. I'm like, hey, bro, who did guitar lessons. I'm like, can you listen to this New Kids on the Block song and kind of make it into a thing? So he did, and it was, it was kind of basic, but my whole thing was, I was very nervous. I thought I'd be a lot more drunk, and that liquid courage would rise me up for the moment, but that did not.
And JoeMeZ had me there, like holding the music up for him.
Yes.
And because he was so bad, I felt the need to kind of save the segment. So I just kept insulting him, which I'm sure didn't make it any easier.
He was holding the music. My uncle was holding the mic, and I was trying to strum. Oh, but it's the thought that counts, right, Joe?
Sure. I mean, when things are underwhelming, it's the thought that counts.
This guy, I still did it, but I wasn't expecting a 5-star performance, you know.
Well, it's good to have realistic expectations. Song number 2 for me is gonna be My Favorite Girl. It's an early track off the Hangin' Tough album. It's stupendous. It's got a nice pace to it. I like it a lot. Whenever they play it live, I get very, very hyped. And I've seen New Kids on the Block live quite a few times.
I'm gonna go with Please Don't Go Girl. Love it. I love my slow jams. That's a good one. It's a tough one, this last one.
I like that. I was thinking about that for my number 3, actually. Because it's the Joey McIntyre song as well.
Yeah, I love it.
I do like the Joey songs. I think number 3, I'm going to pick I'll Be Loving You Forever.
It's a great song.
That's a great ballad, great love song. And what do we know about us, Gomez? We love love. I even got to say that this week on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast.
Love it.
I got to talk about the girl who works for Goofy.
Oh, how's that going? Any progress? Anyone hit you up?
I got a lot of messages after the Major Wrestling Figure podcast this week.
Yes, can't wait. My number 3, I'm gonna go with Didn't I Blow Your Mind This Time? That's what I'm gonna go with.
See, that one is not one of that's a skip track for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, a skip track.
Yeah.
Not even no, it's not my. Wow. All right, bro. All right.
Yeah, that's it. Very interesting.
All right. Okay.
Always has, even back to when the album was new. Back in 1989.
That's so crazy.
Which is 35 years ago.
So I jumped on Apple Music just to double check, and it says here, New Kids on the Block got an album coming out tomorrow, May 17th.
I can't wait.
It's called Still Kids. It's got 14 tracks. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So that'll be for next week. We're going to skip this Whiplash movie, and we're just going to come back and talk about the New Kids on the Block album. How's that sound?
I'm down with it, baby. I'm gonna watch I can't even speak. I'm gonna watch Whiplash. Jesus Christ.
Whiplash. He's the bad guy in Masters of the Universe. He's one of Skeletor's henchmen.
Isn't that also the guy from Iron Man 2, right? Mickey Rourke? Isn't he like Whiplash? Isn't that what his fucking name is?
No, his name is Russian guy.
Where is my bird? His freaking...
What is his name now?
I think it is Whiplash.
Can't be. It can't be. Ivan Vanko,
also known as Whiplash. Yes.
Yeah, no one cares.
Ivan Vanko. That's his character name. All right. Joe, hit him with the plugs. Let's get the hell out of here.
Thanks everybody for listening to the JoeMeZ podcast. This was episode 400, which is a lot of episodes. So thanks for hanging with us and coming on the ride with us. Remember to subscribe wherever it is that you're listening to this. Leave a 5-star review if you could be so kind. Follow us on all social media at JoeMeZ. Join our Facebook group. It's free. Simply search JoeMeZ podcast on Facebook and come hang out and talk about whatever we're watching. Talk about the New Kids on the Block album. That's going to be a very, very good time because the New Kids wouldn't give us anything any less.
No, they do. That's
Follow
right.
all my stuff over at The Joe Shoes everywhere on social media. Check out my other show, the State of Affairs podcast, every other Wednesday, wherever you find podcasts. Of course, my YouTube food reviews at youtube.com/Joe Shoes. And if you'd like to support, help out and buy a t-shirt over at prowrestlingtees.com/Joe Shoes. And if you want to see me live, I think the next thing I have on paper in pencil is the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Live 20 Saugus in August at Kowloon Restaurant That'll be a great time. So come see that. Tickets are still available, and you'll have the opportunity to buy an exclusive Captain Joe Shoes major bendy figure exclusive to the show. So that's been announced.
Yes.
I've seen the artwork. It honestly, like, as much as I love the first figure, there's something about the way that these colors pop on this new figure where I'm like, it's kind of cool. So come to the show, come get a figure.
I may or may not have a ticket to this event.
Yeah, come see JoeMeZ. If you want to meet JoeMeZ will be at this show. He'll be holding the sign that says, "I am JoeMeZ."
I love to bring a sign, bro.
I am JoeMeZ.
I'm the JoeMeZ154, Instagram, Twitter.
JoeMeZ154.
Yeah. Check me out there. Twitch.tv/MEZMovie. I'm working on some stuff, nothing concrete, but you never know. Something might pop up that I might need to show you.
So that'll be it. We'll be back next week watching Whiplash from 2014, showing over on Prime Video. But with all that being said, JoeMeZ, why don't we make like Tom and Cruise?
Peace.